Hello. I just woke up. Well, not just. I woke up like an hour ago. And I'm about to get ready for my boyfriend's graduation. And I have the beautiful song. Alexa, what is this song?
This is I'm Not a Mountain by Sarah Kinsley.
I love a good Sarah Kinsley. This is I'm Not a Mountain. One of the first songs that I discovered from her. I'm going to be doing my makeup and share my thoughts while I'm doing it. I just finished sophomore year, and it's been a crazy year. I I think sophomore year has one of been whoa, the English is not Englishing today. One of the most like ups and down, I will say, year of my entire academic career. And this is saying a lot because I literally went to UWC where you're stressed mostly all of the time. I have this, I don't know, like thinking in the back of my head that I have to know what I want to do. And I've talked about this with quite literally everyone I've met, like even strangers sometimes, but mostly it's just kind of like a question that comes up all the time. And it's just like, where the fuck do I go from here? I think sophomore year just feels like a lot of self-discovery. Quite frankly, not knowing what you're doing in life. I think for so long I thought I knew what I was doing, and I'm gonna be so real. I literally have no clue what I'm doing, and it scares me. I have lived abroad for almost 4 years now, and I can say that it never gets easier. I think as a first generation, like low income student, I fear that there is so much to worry about for a lot of us because nobody's really giving us the pressure to succeed or to feel like we have to make it or get it together. But we can't like sit here and lie and deny that a lot of the things that we're doing right now abroad is also for the sake of our family's well-being, a better future. You don't want to repeat the same thing, and you want to be able to get a degree, get a job, create a life, and make sure that, you know, you achieve great things. But what does it mean to achieve great things, right? I talked to my therapist like, oh God, I think it was like 2 years ago. And we talked about the word contentment and how easy it is to find ourselves wanting for more when we know that what we have in front of us is something that we've always wanted in the first place. But it's so easy to sulk in these feelings that I forget to actually remember why I'm here in the first place or the work that I need to do here. You know, like, there's so much that I want to do, but because of these emotions, it's really easy to just like sit with them and never really actually do anything. You know, I love making films, and I think when I was in high school, that was kind of my personality, and it was everything that I've ever known. I've always loved making films, and I've always loved this is why I'm in film school, you know, like how my application to my school right now, like I put so much work into it, and I remember just saying like, oh, I've loved film for as long as I can remember, and that was just all I knew. And then in college, I started noticing that I love engaging in like civic work, and I love working with children, and I love educating them, and I care about a lot of issues at home. Like, you know, I'm from a very small island called Bali, and there's a lot of things happening there that I would love to bring forth in front of everybody in the whole world while I have the, you know, opportunity. I think we tend to be really hard on ourselves and forget the work that we've done to, you know, in the first place, what got us here in the first place. So I guess I'm kind of making this video to remind myself that, hey, like, I think the smallest actions matter. And there's just so much work to be done, but I think it's about just keeping myself going and make sure I'm connecting with people who feel the same way about certain stuff, my values, and I just need to keep surrounding myself with people that support me to make sure that I actually flourish and grow and find out what I want to do. I think I will say, I'm not even gonna lie, and I know I'm very, very young, but I think being 20 was one of the, like, most difficult and transformational, like, year. Like, it was such a, I will say it was very much a blur, because I think I went through so many emotions in just a year, and there were so many life changes and realizations that it was low-key, like, overwhelming, but very, very, very fruitful. I think I came out of it stronger. I came out of it learning about myself and the people around me a little more. I'm very grateful for that. Sometimes I romanticize the idea of life before I went away from home, and I forget why I'm here in the first place. But I think it's all going to be okay. I think one way or another, I have to believe that everything will be okay, because what we need right now is hope. And if that dies, then who will carry us? You know, seeing my boyfriend graduate, I'm gonna see him graduate today. They had this whole ceremony thing yesterday, but, you know, seeing him in his gown and, you know, putting his gown and just putting his tie together and being there for him and being there with his family and friends, I just realized, like, this is it. Like, for a split second, I was like, this is what I worked towards. This is what I worked for, and this is why I am here. I think I tend to kind of, like, think too much about the future and how things are gonna go, even if it's just like a little thing, like, oh my god, how is this day gonna go? How is this da-da-da-da-da? But I'm never truly there in the moment. So being away from home and making new friends and making new connections have really helped me kind of focus on what I can accomplish now. It's a very existential question at like 7:11 a.m. But, you know, sometimes the breeze in the morning just makes you wonder, makes you ponder. I love where I'm at right now, and I'll keep continuing to do the work that I need to do. Even if that takes years, months. Bye, guys. Thanks. Thanks for watching. That's it. That's all I have.